Welcome to Amira Salon's channel. This is Milagros and I will be doing the October readings for each one of the 12 zodiac signs. This is a general reading, so you're invited to watch your moon sign and your ascendant as well. Let's begin. This month we're going to be using the Lover's Path Tarot and the ARIES deck. I'm going to list down below the authors of these decks so that you can look them up if you're interested in purchasing the decks. And I'm going to be doing a Celtic cross using this deck, and I'm going to be pulling one advice card from the ARIES deck as we did last month. This is your October reading, Aries, and the card that we have in the middle is the Nine of Staves. That is a card that speaks about the fire that you have as a fire sign yourself. It is a card that speaks about sometimes the fear that you have of getting overwhelmed by that fire. You're trying to fight it, you're trying to ignore sometimes some of the things that you feel, but sometimes you cannot help but getting consumed by it. If you see on the picture, you see the two images that appear right there and that are, they are embracing each other and they are in the middle of this fire. So sometimes you wish you would just give yourself in, giving your will to whatever you're feeling for this person or for this situation, but this is crossed by rationality. It's like you're afraid that you will fall into a pattern that you have been in the past and that in the end you are going to end up burned by it. And I get on the past a card of transformation. So it is definitely something that has to do with your past, whether it's a past relationship, an ex, or it is probably a situation, or if you are still, let's say you're in the middle of a relationship, maybe something that has already passed, but that is still having an impact on you. It is, the past is still there somehow. Whatever happened to you, it is still like a scar in you, and it's not always very easy to deal with it. I get for the, what is on top, the Eight of Staves. That is, again, a card that has to do with fire, with a lot of intensity, with impulse. And I think that your head is not thinking very clearly at this point because you just want to take action so much that in some moments you don't take a break, you don't take a little bit to think about what you want to do. Right now you just want to tell the things, you just want to get the answers, you just want to go for it, go fully for it, and sometimes you don't realize that you need to take a little break, take a little air, and go towards a direction with the knowledge of what you're doing or what you're trying to achieve or find. I get in the vase the card of sacrifice that has to do with, it can have to do with two different things. One of them is that you are afraid to be rejected or abandoned by the other person. You have all this intensity, but you're afraid to go one step further because you are afraid that this person might reject you or tell you no, or probably not fulfill your expectations, or maybe you feel that you are the one that cannot fulfill this person's expectations or the situation itself. It can also mean fear of commitment. You're afraid that if you decide to give in this connection or this passion, it is going to stop you from living different experiences at some point. So that is what is beneath. It can be something that you are not very aware of, but it will become clearer through the rest of the month. But it is a very strong influence on how you're acting towards this situation. I get that right now you are standing on the position of the Six of Arrows. And this card tells me that you are going through a transition. You are trying to remain rational throughout the storm or whatever has happened or whatever is happening. You're trying to tell to yourself, like, okay, I need to remember what I have learned. I need to remember that I cannot do that again. I cannot take that approach again. I need to learn. I need to remember. You're constantly telling yourself, like, okay, I need to move from this situation, from this episode. And you are reminding yourself constantly of something that you don't want to fall for again. It might also have to do with a trip. You moving or traveling somewhere or going somewhere. It doesn't have to be very far, but it can be any distance since we are talking about a general reading. It can be also emotional distance. It can be that because all this situation is a bit overwhelming for you, you want to take a little bit distance from it in order to have a wider idea, a clarity or some sort of clarity in regards to what is going on. It might have to do that you feel that the other person is far from you emotionally, and that their thoughts might be somewhere else, and or that you're afraid. It can also be that you're afraid to scare them off, that your intensity might not be easy for them to handle, and that you might scare them away. I get on the surroundings the 7 of Coins, and the 7 of Coins has to do with not feeling satisfied with something. So I think that your surroundings, or the other person or the other part of the reading, is not being very satisfactory, let's say, in regards to what you expect from them. You might expect a clear answer from them, a clear compromise, a clear commitment, or something. You expect for a signal, something from them, and you might not be getting that, which doesn't mean that you are not getting some sort of answer, which is what keeps you there. I mean, they are a little bit ambiguous probably in regards to what they want, and you don't really know if, do I really mean that much for him or for her? Am I really that important? It might be that also you feel that these people or this person, has a different priority that might not be you. And that makes you quite confused because you want to live that passion, and the other person might be a lot more practical and be focused in work, which doesn't mean that he doesn't care or she doesn't care about you, but simply that they are going through a period in which they have to highlight something else in their life. I also think that it can be that you are not sure that you can offer or you want to offer to this other person that they are asking from you, because you have so many things to handle at the same time, and you want to see some sort of progress that you are not quite seeing yet in a specific field. So you might want to focus your attention on that, or that might be the external or what the other person is, the impression that you're getting from the other person, actually, that there is something to complete, there is something there, but it's not exactly what you're expecting from them, and you're just like trying to figure out if you can expect anything else. I get on the unexpected the Ace of Arrows, and the Ace of Arrows is a card that has to do with, again, communication, with ideas that come fast. In the unexpected, it's quite natural to get a card like this, and I think that you're going to have like a glimpse of truth during this month. You're going to have an idea, you're going to eventually have like, okay, if this person does not want to speak about the things or does not want to talk about the topic, I'll just go ahead and do it. Like, without much thought, it will be unexpected. Or it might be the words or the communication coming from this person, like, hey, you're angry, can you please tell me what is going on, can we speak about it? So it is coming as unexpectedly because it is not something that you're going to be thinking so much about. It can be also that in the middle of all these energies in this month, you are going to understand, or you're going to realize that, am I maybe dedicating too much time to this matter? Am I dedicating too much energy into this? Should I maybe just cool down and try to find a different approach for this issue? Maybe I need to be more practical. Maybe I need to have more information of this person before I decide to do something else about him or her. I see on the outcome the Contemplation card, which is the equivalent of the Hermit. And along with the Queen of Cups, it has to do with you, in this case, the Queen of Cups, with you reconnecting to your feelings. The passion is fine. It's never bad to feel passionate about something or about somebody. It's never bad to obey an impulse, but like, even if it drives us distances, to feel in a certain way about somebody, eventually the feelings are more of a sustainable way to do it. So if you haven't completely healed from something that has happened in your past, and you're trying to sort it out like by just being impulsive and going for a different adventure, a different person, or within the same relationship, going for a fight instead of just reconciling with the past, I think that this is a good month for you to reconnect to your own feelings, reconnect to what you have probably been trying to avoid. This can also have be a person from a water sign, such as Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer, or a person with that characteristics. I think that it is an energy that is coming towards the end of the month. during this period in October. And I get as the outcome, as I was saying, the card of the Hermit, which has to do with thinking, with meditating, getting to know yourself better. So I think that although you're going to be thinking about this person or this situation, or even about what happened, which is not bad, and I highly encourage you to do it, you are going to decide in the end that it's better to just take a break from the situation, from it all probably, and just see what you want to do or from where you want to take this matter. I think that you are going to realize that sometimes you need first to know what you want or what you expect from the other people before you expect them to know what they want from you. And I think that's what this month is encouraging you to do. I also get the card of Afraid of the Attic. That is a card that suggests you to go for it. Go for getting to know the things that you are hiding beneath yourself, within yourself. In this case, it has to do with not fearing what you can find, because whatever you find is also part of you. Like, our body is a house, and every house, or at least the image that we have of houses that have an attic, it is also inside us. I mean, this attic also belongs into our own reality, and holding to stress, to anxiety, to negative thoughts, it really just bugs you. It really just brings negative energy or negative vibes on you, and you really do not want to do it. You want to face the monster, face the fear, face whatever is tormenting you, and let it dissolve. I mean, it's something that you can control. Sometimes our thoughts are a lot more scary than the actual facts. And I think that you have been probably trying to delay this period in where you sit and you're just with yourself trying to figure out what you want to do or where you want to go. I think that you are not going to be able to avoid it this month, and it is something that it's going to help you understand yourself better before going any further into any relationship. It is a healing process that it's so much needed for you in order to move on and to have a better rest of the year. As I was saying in the beginning of the video, this is just a general reading to give you an idea of how the things will go during this month. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do it by clicking on the link on the description of the video. If you like the video, you can give a thumbs up, you can share it, you can subscribe to the channel so that you will be notified every time I upload the new videos for the next months. And I really hope you have the best month of October. See you next month. Thank you.